Welcome to another episode of I Know Jax. I'm Joe Talentino. Now, Florida is not exactly known for its cold winters, although it gets a bit chilly at times. But trust me, spring is coming. A sure sign of spring is Groundhog Day. Now, who doesn't remember the film Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, which featured world-famous groundhog Punxsutawney Phil? Nowadays, you can watch the whole thing go down live on the internet from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to see when spring will truly arrive. Now, we're running full steam ahead towards spring. I don't care what that famous rodent says. Recently, we visited the newest brewery in Jacksonville named after another unusual animal, the Aardwolf. Here's that story. Today I'm at Aardwolf Brewing Company. I got the owners, Preben and Michael, with us. How you guys doing, man?
Pretty good.
So, which one do you guys want to take this one? How did you get started doing this brewery?
In the building, in the business,
in the business. How did you get started?
Well, I decided to get in the brewery to get in the brewing business about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
Went to brewing school, worked at Terrapin Brewing Company.
They have school for that?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
It's in Germany, no less.
Cool.
Yeah. So I worked at Terrapin Brewing Company up in Athens, Georgia. After that, for a while.
Dogs.
Then was involved with Brewers Pizza, now Pinglehead out in Orange Park.
Yeah.
Left to pursue this. Brought him along for the ride because somebody had to do all the things I don't want to do.
So, is he the brains of the operation? Is that
Sure, why not?
the business?
Well,
Yeah. So
we haven't
what
found
is your
that
role?
partner yet.
A better question is, what isn't my role? I'll leave all the brewing and all the chemistry and baking and brewing to Michael.
Yeah.
I have more of a background with sales, logistics, dealing with marketing,
Get stuff done.
getting the stuff done.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense for us to team up. He can make the beer and I can drink it and occasionally sell it.
Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal.
Neither of us are complaining. We both think we have the better job, so it works out.
Yeah, works out.
Somebody's like, I got one over on him, right? So how did you come up with the name Aardwolf? Come on, make something up quick.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the story of it, you know.
You said,
it's amazing how hard it
cold-
is to find a name that somebody else hasn't already used.
Or the domain name, right?
Yeah. And we found out later that it's a small little creature from Africa.
It's like a coyote almost.
It's a tiny hyena.
Okay, little hyena.
Yeah.
So tell me about some of the beers you guys have here, and what should people look for when they come if their first time?
Well, our two biggest sellers are the Nonchalant IPA and our Belgian Pale Ale. And those you can find at an increasing number of other beer establishments in the area.
Cool.
And I think we're up to about 15 total now, but you know, depending on when you see this, it could be quite a few more.
I'm doing the eastbound and down.
That's what I'm doing too. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Sort of our brown IPA. We've got a nice hoppy red ale coming out probably tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, for the first timer that's coming in here, what would you say is the first beer they should try?
It depends really what they like. I suggest the Belgian Pale Ale. It's one of the most approachable, well-rounded beers we offer.
Yeah.
And the beer guy, Mark Wisdom, also used exactly those terms. It's an approachable, and I was like, what the heck does that mean? All beer's approachable by me. But that sounds great.
Yeah, either that or our pilot batches every Wednesday. If you come in, there's one of those on tap. You should get it while you can because they're gone very quick. Usually a day or two at the most.
That's pretty good.
I like.
They must be tasty. Do you guys have any of those, like, I won't call it weird beers, but that odd beer that you do like once a year or periodically that you release, like special release?
Well, it's kind of where our pilot batches fit in. Those certainly get odd. We haven't quite been around long enough to have anything we can call seasonal yet. You know,
Right.
You know,
But
they're
you
all
had that what's it called? I want to say
the Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Yeah.
Now that was it's kind of
That's
a
kind of-
seasonal. We'll probably see that come back next fall. Our other wheat beer, the Hasselhoffen Weiss, the German wheat beer. That'll probably make a return this summer too.
Yeah, and we tried the breakfast stout. That was really good. I know you hadn't come up with a real catchy name for that yet.
No, but we are going to make a big batch of it. That I feel like that one turned out really nicely, so we'll be bringing that back too.
Well, listen, if you guys are looking for any information when it comes to craft beer, go to IKnowJAX.com, and we'll have links to these guys here, there. We're always love coming out to hang out with you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
In the coming weeks, we have more craft beer stories coming up. The beer guy and I have been visiting some of the craft breweries around to check out what they have to offer. Make sure to follow us and sign up for our newsletter. Every week I send out a newsletter to let you know what upcoming stories we have. I'll also let you know when and where we're going to be out shooting next, so you can come and join the fun. The other week I talked to Audie about the Scottish Festival. Now I really enjoy the heavy athletics they have at the Scottish Festival, but I also found out about an amazing nonprofit organization who's a beneficiary of this year's event. They're called Canaan for Warriors. Hey Sandy, can you tell me exactly what it is that Canaan for Warriors actually does for the veterans?
We take dogs from local rescue shelters and we retrain them to be service dogs for our men and women who served in the military and are suffering from either post-traumatic stress disorder or traumatic brain injuries. They must have one of those two diagnoses to qualify for our program. And then every month, 4 to 5 warriors from around the country travel to Ponte Vedra, and they live with us for 3 weeks while they train with their new service dog. And after 3 weeks, they get to graduate and go home. And we say we give both rescue dogs and our nation's heroes a new lease on life.
Tell me your story. How did you get connected with Canaan for Warriors, and then what has your story been since being a part of Canaan for Warriors?
Well, I met the Canaan for Warriors last year at the Highlands Games.
Okay.
And inquired about it a little bit and went online, filled out the application, and they, because of my injuries with my back and my neck and other injuries that I have, and they wanted to find a dog that would benefit me
right.
to the fullest. And Louis was given to the Canaan for Warriors.
Okay.
And I went out and I trained for 3 weeks.
So you did the whole thing down in Ponte Vedra where they have their...
Did the whole thing at Ponte Vedra.
So you graduated from your class?
Graduated from the class, and I was more of a recluse before.
Right.
I just didn't really do much with anybody or anything.
Right.
So I actually, when I got him during the training portion of it, when I learned how to work with the dog and
right.
what the dog can and will do for you and will not do for you.
Right.
They put you in the training portion of it in that 3 weeks. They just take you to like the mall.
Right.
Most of us don't like crowds.
Right.
I've had a few uneasy days.
Right.
When they took us for training in certain areas. I was uneasy a lot of time. And
so has that changed over this past year?
I got him in June. It's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Before, you would never see me doing an interview with you. I stuck around the house, and if I went and done anything,
right.
I just would do it by myself.
Right.
My wife is trying to encourage me to get out more often.
Well, she should see you now.
Well, with him, I get out more often. There's a couple places I can go to that they know his name, and they're like, "Oh, hi."
You're Louis' dad.
I'm the guy that's with Louis. He's there for me.
Right.
One of the great things is that if somebody comes too close to me and I don't want them that close, I can command them to stay in front of between the two of us.
Right.
And I can back away. I can get my safety zone.
So get a buffer.
Yeah, I get my safety zone. And he will, if you try to move around, he'll move with you. So
nice.
He stays between me and another person. And
does
another
he sense
thing,
that, or do you have to command him to do it?
He's a really, there's keywords to use, and there's also hand motions that they know.
Okay.
There's silent commands with him, there's verbal commands.
Right.
One of the things I used to hate doing, and I was going to any store.
Right.
That's because I'm facing the cashier and there's somebody coming up behind me.
Right.
Well, the thing with him is that I can just give him a hand motion. He will turn around and look at the other person. If the other person gets too close, he leans into me to
Right.
let me know.
Let you know somebody's there.
Yeah, let me know
So
somebody's
he's got
there.
your 6. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got my 6. You know, he's a very smart dog. I just want to get a bumper sticker that says, my service dog is smarter than your honor student. So
That sounds like a good one. Cool. Well, thank you for joining us today. And if you guys want to find out more about Canines for Warriors, you can go to IKnowJAX.com and we'll have a link to all the information there. That's it for this week. I'll be back on Saturday and Sunday at 9:30 p.m. with a new episode of I Know Jax. Until then, I'll see you on the internet. Join us again next week when we go to Bold City Brewery again to check out some of the awesome beers they have there to offer. Plus, Carla's going to have a brand new calendar of events to find out what's going on in Jacksonville.